Alrighty, video number 9 of the post-trib pre-wrath rapture position. Now in Matthew 24 verse 29 through 31, I told you from the first video, that's our clear rapture passage where it says immediately after the tribulation, the Son of Man, Jesus Christ, comes back in the clouds and he gathers together his elect. That's the rapture. And all we have to do is go into Revelation. If you're like, well, I don't think that that's the church. I think that's Jews, or I think that's the tribulation saints that are being raptured, or whoever you want to say it's raptured. Well, that's fine. All we have to do is go to the book of Revelation and just see who's being raptured. So we already talked about Revelation 6:12, the 6 seals open. So we know the tribulation's over, 6th seal, sun and the moon are darkened. Okay. Then we go into chapter 7 and we know it's in chronological order because it starts off by saying, and after these things. Obviously they would have to be in order. So 6 seals open, and after these things, it talks about there's 4 angels that hold the 4 corners of the wind, that the wind shouldn't blow on the earth, and the 144,000 are sealed, which are in heaven, by the way. We'll cover that in another video. They're not 144,000 of the tribes of Israel on this earth. They're in heaven when they're sealed. But look, and it says, verse 9 of chapter 7 of the book of Revelation, it says, and after this, again, showing chronology, I beheld, and lo, a great multitude. So here's a great group of people that just show up in heaven. This is John seeing this, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne. Now, guys, does that sound like it's just Jews? I'm kind of reading all kindreds, all nations, all people, all tongues. That is not just Jews. Okay, and it's not just martyrs. The Bible says, when I return, shall I find faith on the earth? There's going to be very few people that have not gone apostate, that have not fallen away, that have not been beheaded, that are still left alive when Jesus Christ comes back. This is a multitude which nobody could even number, of all nations, all kindreds, all tribes, all tongues. And it says, they stood before the throne, before the Lamb, look at this, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. Where would they get white robes? And cried with a loud voice, saying, salvation to our God, which sitteth upon the throne, and to the Lamb. And all the angels stood round about the throne and about the elders and the 4 beasts, and fell before the throne on their faces and worshipped God, saying, Amen, blessing and glory and wisdom and thanksgiving and honor and power and might be unto our God forever and ever. Amen. Now watch this, guys. And one of the elders, so one of those 24 elders, answered, saying unto me, what are these which are arrayed in white robes, and whence came they? Who are these guys? Where'd they come from? So he's testing John. He's saying, hey, who are these guys? Where'd they come from? And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. Like, you know who they are. And he said unto me, these are they which came out of great tribulation. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but if you're going to come out of great tribulation, wouldn't you have to be in great tribulation? And have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Therefore, they're before the throne of God and serve him day and night in his temple. So, guys, don't let anybody tell you, well, that rapture in Matthew 24, that's just Jews, or that's just tribulation saints. When we clearly see that that multitude shows up in heaven after the tribulation, after the sun and the moon are darkened, and it's clearly of every kindred, because there's saved people all over the earth. From the 4 corners of the earth, there's people saved everywhere. And this is the raptured saints of God. And they show up right here in Revelation chapter 7.